Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you all are doing well today. It has been a little while since I've posted, so I'm so glad you guys are here with me. Today we are painting another gouache landscape painting, and I am again using my Arteza gouache. And today we had a few hurdles with this one. So as you can see, just starting off, I do have a light wash that I had done previously. I then stopped and put it aside for a few days and then had to come back and start over. So here is a question for those of you who have been using gouache for quite some time. I'm curious to know if you reuse the gouache on your palette. So I hate the idea of wasting paint. That's one of the reasons I love watercolors so much, is that you can always go back in and re-wet it and use the paint, and every bit of it gets used. You never have to waste any of it. But with this gouache, I find that when you re-wet it, it is very different than using it from the tube. So I don't know if you are supposed to do that or not. So that is why I had originally that light wash, because I had used the paint that was previously on my palette, trying to save and reuse that. But I ended up hating how it looked, and it was just more like watercolor, but didn't look as nice as my watercolor. So I couldn't get that nice creamy texture and effect that I was going for, or that you see more here in this second layer. So I was just curious what your guys' thoughts are on reusing your gouache. And with that, I know there are different types of gouache. There's acrylic gouache and then just regular gouache. So I am using the Arteza gouache, so it does re-wet, which sometimes I find is to my advantage. And then sometimes, like later in this painting, you'll see is not to my advantage. And I'm just not sure which one I would like better, because I like the idea of being able to re-wet and reuse the gouache again that's on my palette when I need to. I can add it in to like fresh color also, which I do sometimes. But yeah, I was just curious on your guys' thoughts on this kind of how to use and reuse, or should you not? Is that a bad idea when it comes to gouache? And which do you prefer, the acrylic gouache or regular gouache? The hills in the background here are a pretty good example, and the sky even, as to why I like the paint when it reactivates when it gets wet, because it's a little bit easier to blend them together and mix the different colors, because I am mixing a different color each time I go back to the paper, just to kind of give it some depth and not be totally flat. So I really like it for that reason. However, coming up in these flowers that I'm about to paint, you can see that one of them reactivated the green underneath it a little bit too much, and it ended up pulling through and my flower started turning green, and I had to just completely let that dry and then go back in and try to fix it. While I was waiting for the flower to dry completely, I thought it would be a good idea to darken up the sky a little bit. It looked a little too light and dull for what I was going for, so I went back in, and again, the painting, I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and it took a lot of work to fix it. I edited a lot of it out because I didn't want to just be painting the sky over and over again for you guys, but I swear I did. There was quite a few layers going on here and a lot of working to fix it. But like I said in the beginning, I did like how it turned out in the end. I think I was able to fix everything that I was trying to fix, and I think it came out pretty good and I was happy with it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you guys have any advice on using gouache, greatly appreciate it if you'd leave that in the comments down below too. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!